Okay. Hi Angit. Hi Rehan. Am I audible to all?
Yeah, hi Atherv.
That's cool. So guys, let's start it up. Okay. But before that, I just want to have the respective short intro about you. What will be your educational background, professional background? Okay. So let's start with
Yeah, Atherv.
yeah,
So
please.
basically, I have around 15 plus year of experience into the field of IT, right from the software development, software implementation, and business analysis, and the last 5 year into the data science. Okay,
Okay.
but data science, uh, I'm not the expert of the data science because I didn't get enough opportunity to work on data science project into the deep. Where wherever I join as a data scientist, the company used to work on Excel only, right? My last company, I'm working as a lead consultant data science, is the eClerx, right? So
Okay.
he is into the service industry, but there I also didn't get enough opportunity to work multiple projects. I work on some retail domain specific project like the price optimization and the customer segmentation and the
Okay. Okay. I
scenario
got you.
developing a scenario planning tool. And right now I'm on a career break since 6 to 7 years. Sorry, 6 to 7 months.
Okay.
So, and the word Gen AI and the prompt engineering and the LLM model excite me. So, I want to know how these terminology will help me in daily life of data science, and how I can leverage this new technology into the field of data science.
Sure. That will be too good. Rehan, right? I think I'm having your name correct. Rehan,
Rehan, yeah, Rehan.
pretty well. Okay. So, Ankit, can you please go ahead and give your short intro about the same?
I think
I
Ankit is
think,
not audible.
yeah,
Or
Ankit, I think he has some, you can say, issues with audio, right? He is not able to connect with audio. I think I got the response onto the chat section. Okay, pretty well. No worries, Ankit. Right, I'll be just got back to you, right? In a while. Fine. So, Rehan, let me have myself right. So, I'm Atherv. I'll be into the field of data science analytics from past 7 years, and I'll be more onto the respective, you can say, ethic domains. I have worked with multiple organizations. I've worked with IntelliPat. I have worked with Scalar, right? So, over here, I have simply been there up working with Upshala as well, right? So, that's totally been true. Let's say already.
okay, Athar. So basically, you're also from the ed tech domain, not from the real time industry specialized domain. Like there's a huge difference between the coaching learning of from edtech and the application on the real time industry, right? Hello.
Yes. So Rehan, over here, the thing is that I'll be also been working with my respective client onto the real, uh, you can say industry level projects, right? So from past 8 months, I'll be working with JLR. Fine. So JLR Pune. Okay. So
Mhm.
I'll be having up the keen interest because you can simply connect with me that now the data science has already been changed in you can say probably couple of years back. Earlier, what needs to be there up that okay, if a person is going ahead and being proficient onto the machine learning part and the respective you can say some sort of analytics process, so yes, we can call him or her a data scientist, right? Just capturing up and building up certain products, that's it, fine. But now what has happened, the entire shift has been changed to the smart systems. Okay. And now you will be having an uphold of this NLP and deep learning, or you can say the computer vision frameworks to be coming into the picture, right?
Right,
So
right.
that will be the thing. Okay. So again, it's been there up. that there will be a huge sort of difference once a person will be deployed onto the industry level project. Okay. Similarly, onto the same, if a person will be onto the edtech profiles, right? So again, you will be going ahead and you will be having the way that yes, we will be interacting with industry experts, right? For our session also, we will be going ahead and we will be taking the industry veterans to be coming into the picture, and who will be going ahead and who will be working with us to deliver up the skills that will be required up. Okay. So this is how the things will be working up, Rehan.
Okay, so basically, Atharv,
Yep, please.
okay, okay. So actually, I want to directly jump into the AI part. So please let me know how generative AI and LLM and prompt engineering can help me out in daily routine of DS.
Yeah, for sure, just give me a moment, right?
Hmm. I have just heard that name and I don't know much about it.
No, no, Rehan, see, it's a new trend in the industry. Fine. So it's not about you, it's for the people around. Okay. So let me just open my whiteboard and let me just go have the respective things to be there. Okay. So the important thing is that for now, we'll be first of all try to understand the entire generative AI systems or the terminologies. Fine. Because for now, people will simply go ahead and people will simply be get confused with prompt engineering. Fine. The generative AI part and the respective models or LLM model that will be taken into the consideration. Fine. So just for now, I want to know a basic thing from your end. Okay. I hope you are able to see my
Yeah,
whiteboard for now, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's cool. So over here, I think probably you have done certain research in generative AI for now, right? So if I'll be going ahead and if I'll be having up for now, okay. So can you help me to know that what's the difference between generative AI and prompt engineering that you got so far? Just give me a moment. Let me connect my pen tab also. Right. Meanwhile, you can have your response, Rehan.
Mhm.
And Ankit, you too as well, right?
So Ankit is also a student or he is from Apshala side?
No, Ankit is also a student, Rehan. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yep.
So basically, what you have asked,
Yes, Rehan.
what you asked, the difference between the generative AI and
Prompt engineering.
okay. So basically, what I understood, generative AI, uh, is just a tool like ChatGPT and OpenAI, where I can, ask anything and they will reward. And the prompt
Okay.
engineering, we used to write some HTML type of coding upon which he rewards some answer. That's I know
Okay.
only about it.
Okay. Fine. So over here, Rehan, let's say for now, let me just give you the entire overview. Okay. And then we'll be also going ahead and having up a look for certain parts. Just give me a moment. We have my Google Colab to be opened up. Just give me a moment. Okay, here we go. Okay, so over here for now, let me be over here. Okay, so over here also you will be having up a thing. I hope already hope that Ran you have used a collab a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right. So over here again you will be having this respective generative AI to be coming into the picture, right? So you can go ahead and you can have certain prompts to be given up, and then you can easily able to have it up, right? So now this chat GPT systems and the Delhi 2 or Mid Journey, right? How these will be working up, and now what will be the major sort of you can say scenarios that we can simply have it as a generative AI, and how it is different from normal artificial intelligence. Okay, so the first and the foremost thing, we'll try to have a respective thing that how it will be different from the respective AI part or artificial intelligence part. Okay, so just give me a moment. Yes. Okay, so over here I'll be going ahead and I'll be having up AI, normal AI, and now we will be going ahead and we will be talking about generative AI, gen AI. Fine. So now, the moment you will be having up a look around AI, so people will be very fascinated about artificial intelligence, that how it will be doing up the things and how the intelligence has been created up, right? So as a data science professional, you simply be know that there is no such intelligence that will be existing up. It's totally been the statistical modeling, right? The
Yeah, deep
statistics
learning.
plays a yes.
Yeah, AI means why that is NLP, computer vision, and deep learning.
Yes, yes, right. So all those things will be there up, which is core statistical modeling, right? And those will be the implementations. Now, what
Hmm.
is happening the moment you will be coming onto the generative AI? So onto the generative AI, the respective scenarios of creativity and intelligence has been boosted up. Okay. So now earlier what we'll be having up, we will be having up certain systems where we will be simply capturing up the data points, and then we'll be transforming up, and then we will be coming up onto the end products. Pretty simple. Now what has generative AI has done, it has simply been making up certain systems which will be quite being proficient, right? And which has simply scaled the entire models of deep learning to the next level. That's it. Okay, again if you want to go ahead and if you want to develop generative AI models, the prerequisite that we will be discussing up will be coming up, right? That what will be the prerequisite, so you all will be able to know that yes, it's totally been the fine tuning of deep learning models for the respective task. That's it. Okay, now over here if we'll be capturing up these scenarios, right? So again, what you will be having up, you will be having the scenarios of the generative AI. So let me just give you a clear picture that for now, if you will be going ahead and if you will be having generative AI, so what you will be seeing up, you will be seeing up the systems like chat GPT, and you all will be chat GPT bot.ai, right? Or you will be having stable diffusion, all sort of scenarios that you can simply be explore around. Okay, so over here if you will be having a look onto these respective systems, so you will be directly communicating with them, right? Even mid journey, right? So over here, these will be the scenarios where you simply been using up the respective generative AI frameworks, right? Simple frameworks. Again, ChatGPT will be having a certain class where you will be more onto the NLP model, right? Because you will be having basic you can say sentiment analysis to be put it up over there, right? Segmentations will be there up again, the core NLP frameworks which you will simply be in fine tuning, then you will be getting up the chat GPT part, right? Similar to bart uh, dot AI. And if I'll be talking about mid journey, so in mid journey you will be going ahead with computer vision where the respective frameworks will again be fine tuned, right? So this is not something new, but what is pre-existing, you will be simply optimizing those frameworks, and that fine tuning will simply give you the generative AI, right? So first of the thing that we need to understand, that generative AI is simply being the fine tuning of pre-existing pre-trained models that will be available. Okay, pretty simple.
Okay.
Now the things that will be going ahead and that we will be exploring up is the development part, because now as a data science professional what you have to simply figure out, it's not these systems, chat gpt, bart, stable diffusions, right, or delay 2 or mid journey, right, not those sort of users, because users will be your respective clients. Fine. Even organizations again will be having two sort of requirement that I'll be going up. Fine. So the first one will be simply being the skilled user. Okay. So many people say that okay, AI will be coming up and just taking up the traditional jobs. Yes, it's true, right? Now in the organization earlier we used to have the content team. We used to have team which will be drafting up the mails, which will be drafting up the documents, right? Which will be drafting up the certain textual sort of or hard documents. Right now we only have a person, a skilled user, which will be helping me and giving all those documents, right? It can be MOUs, it can be any of the official documents, right? So that is exactly true. So now you will be having, if you are taking up the industry way, you will be having two things. One is skilled user and the other one will be developer, right? So these are the two things that you will be targeting up as a professional in the field of generative AI. Now, if I'll be talking about skilled user, so what's the skills that you needs to target up, right? So now you will be coming up that, hey, this is being prompt engineering part. Okay, so you all will be hearing of that. Yes, prompt engineers is quite high, or it's pretty handsome package in the respective organizations. That's exactly true, right? So it
So,
solely depend upon the
so
nature
I
of the
want to,
organization.
yeah, I want to just stop here.
Yeah, Rehan, please.
So, skilled user means what?
See, skilled user will be, see, one is user, let's say the generic crowd. Okay,
Hmm,
even today, grade 10 student, 11th student is also using chat gpt, right, using bard.ai.
hmm.
Fine. So those will be the users. Why? Because they are simply been using up the end product without having the optimized form. Okay, if I want to go ahead and if you all already have used chat gpt, Rehan,
Hmm.
right?
Yes, yes.
So onto the same, you can simply once you will be capturing and getting up the inputs or prompts, right? Like a skilled user, then you will be having the more optimized use of the generative AI models, right? Let's say if I want to go ahead and if I want to prepare a script, right? For launch of any of the product. So once I'll be simply saying that, hey, just give me a script for the respective product, right? Now, with the help of prompt engineering, what I'll be doing up, I'll be going ahead and I'll be simply putting up certain inputs. I'll be giving my respective text in such a way so that your generative AI model will easily able to have that thing to be taken up, and based upon those your respective generative AI model work and then will give you the optimized result, right? Maybe
So
you will
basically,
be say
yeah. So
that
basically, what I understand, when I
yeah.
feed, when I feed, let's say some data into the prompt engineering, and based on data, I ask, please fetch the number of student who is, yeah, write the code for number of student who is getting a mark more than 100 and less than 200, like this.
See, no, that will be a generic way only. Fine. Let's say if you're giving up a data set, okay, and
Hmm.
for that data set, you will be simply using a chat GPT or playground, okay, that is GPT-4, the LLM model that will be using up, okay, for having up the chat GPT a playground, okay. So in that, what you will be doing up, you will be simply say that, hey, just give me a code for having any such scenarios. You can have SQL query, you can
Hmm.
have any of your machine learning code snippet, anything, okay. So it's pretty fine. Your model will give you the generic part. Okay, it will be, if you simply say that, hey, just give me a program to identify whether a number is a prime number or not, right? You will be having a generalized you can say
Code,
code snippet.
generalized code. But
Yeah, right.
whether I can feed my data frame.
Yes, yes. And your respective particular problem that you are trying to communicate to your generative AI model, right?
Hmm.
So their skilled user comes into the picture and their prompt engineering plays a very, very important role. Okay. So this is one thing where you will be simply been talking about the codes and code snippets or certain SQL queries or optimized SQL queries. Fine. On
Yes.
to the other hand, let me just come on to the respective any content that I have to generate, or let's say I want to write a respective mail to it's very generic part. So I'll be having a two people in hand. One will be a user, simple user. He says I want to write a mail and just specifying the reason that I want to go ahead and I want to work on site for a respective
Mm-hmm.
project, right?
Right.
On to the other hand, there is a person who will be saying, hi, just consider yourself as an employee. Now you will be writing a mail to your respective technical manager and asking for, right? So there will be a respective prompt. First of all, you will be simply making the model as an employee. So now there is a difference in tonality. Are you getting it? That
Mm.
tonality will simply be minimize the gap that okay it's a machine generated text or machine generated content, or it's a content that has been simply been generated by humans. So this is how where you will be coming closer to the artificial intelligence part, right? So prompt engineering play a very important role, and now within the same you will be going ahead further, and now it's for any of the respective problem statements. Okay, already you have worked as a software developer as well, right? So you know that having these specific modules to clearly communicate to the model is very important, so that you will be having the module specific programs or code snippets, right? So there comes skilled user, and this is why the organizations are looking for prompt engineering engineers who will be easily communicating with these systems. It's not only for chat gpt. Have you heard about midjourney?
Yeah, Mid Journey, they are into the computer vision type of something.
Yes, the respective images, how you will be going ahead, right? So it is
Mm.
very important that how you are communicating your idea, and based upon your idea you will be getting up the image. So again, prompt plays a very important role, which will be giving you the optimized result, right? So this is very important. Okay, skilled user, and after skilled user, who will be coming into the picture? You will be finding up the developers, right? So now it's for any of the organizations, right, that developers will be at top, because ChatGPT is just a tip of iceberg, right? Now once ChatGPT has been launched, you can simply say that okay it's closely around 2 years only, right? And in
Mm.
2 years, see that what's the massive response that ChatGPT has got, and after that, Bard is coming up, right? The stable diffusion and all these things will be coming up. So now the entire era, you can say probably a decade, will simply be on generative AI. Okay, even you will be finding up these generative AI to be mentioned up onto the respective JDs that will be coming up of data science managers, even our placement teams who will be there up for sourcing part, right? So they will
Mm.
be having these terminologies to be coming up for now. Okay. So over here, the choices will be there up. Let's say in entire data science journey, you will be having two sort of choices. One is data analytics, right? And then you will be coming on to the hierarchy of data science field, right? So data
Mm.
analyst, if I'll be talking about job profile, yeah, people will be just being proficient about certain EDA part or data visualization parts, right? Certain tools that will be there up. Okay. Uh, ClickSense, Power BI, Tableau, okay, advanced Excel, that's it, dashboarding, fine. But if a person will be going ahead and coming with more sort of advanced statistical modeling part or machine learning part, right? Then yes, a person will be there. Similarly, in generative AI, skilled user is a person who will be
Mm.
learning up prompts, that how effectively you will be communicating with systems. And now developer will be the persons who will be simply been creating up these systems for the respective organizations, right? That how the you can say respective data inputs point of any of the organization, right? Maybe it
Mm.
will be a space exploration part, right? Or a organization, maybe it's automobile sector, right? So again there will be all sort of systems that will be coming up and that you will be seeing up around. So ChatGPT is just open for all, right? But organization will be having their own generative AI models that will be coming up. Fine. So this is how the things will be there up. Now let me go ahead and let me work on to these. So there will be two segments. one for the optimizing and fine tuning the existing respective
Model.
generative AI models, right? And the other one is just
Only generative AI model, or any model that I build on Python and all.
Rehan, can you please come again? I didn't get you in between.
Sorry, only the generative AI model, or any model that I build on the Python and all.
Can you name some of the model specifically because Python?
Any, like I have built some time series model, right? Time series model in Python. So
Okay, okay,
yeah.
fine. See, probably over here, if you are talking about the, you are talking about time series, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so let's say you have any of the forecasting model using
Yeah,
any of the
forecasting model, right?
respective ARIMA,
Hmm.
right,
Hmm.
seasonalities and all sort of
Hmm.
thing.
Hmm.
So see, you can go ahead and you can fine tune it up, but generative AI is not being related to only time series part, right? Let me come on to the prerequisite, then you will be having the idea that what generative AI models demand,
Okay.
right? Because if I'll be talking about time series forecasting model, so it's simply been giving you the forecast, fine. If I'll be
Okay.
talking about classification models, right, or
Hmm.
segmentations or clustering models, so they
Hmm.
will be having a limited sort of applications, right? Whereas generative AI model will be using the deep learning frameworks, and you have LSTM models, BERT models, transformers, right? All
Hmm.
those things will be coming into the picture. Why? Because intelligence will be there up where you will be taking up the certain parts, right? As I've already told you, chat gpt, bart, a stable diffusion are simply been the core fine tune of NLP models, right? Mid journeys will be there up for computer vision part, right? So those sort of models you will be going ahead and you will be fine tuning it up. Okay,
Hmm.
time series clustering and classifications are pretty you can say low states model, right?
Okay. So, is there anything for the machine learning? Any generative AI for the machine learning?
See, for sure. Now, machine learning, you will be going ahead and you will be having all the respective things to be there up, right? So, Gen AI model will for sure be using up the machine learning part, right? But with a taste of, you can say, where you will be coming up with deep learning frameworks to be into the picture, right?
Hmm.
So for sure you needs to be there with very proficient with all these respective machine learning models that you'll be using up, right? But not core for the same, right? For an example, if you want to go ahead and if you want to capture any of the respective inputs at right in a very effective manner, fine. For an example, you will be working on to an IVR model, right? So Rehan, have you developed an IVR, interactive voice
No,
recognition systems,
no, no.
right? So again, you will be going ahead and you will be having up the core implementations of you can say machine learning models to be there up, right? Maybe in sentiment analysis, right? But
Hmm.
again, you needs to go ahead and you needs to capture those respective voices, and then you have to convert it into text. Okay. So
Hmm.
again, you will be having entire deep learning models to be coming into the picture. Then you will be going ahead and having the generic classification. So then you will be having the machine learning to be coming into the picture, right? So it is not the thing that if a person is simply being proficient uh, in machine learning, right? So he can directly go ahead to generative AI. No, right? At least you needs to be the master of deep learning frameworks that I'll be simply been mentioning over here, right? So I'll be not mentioning this probability statistics because it is very obvious if a person is more proficient onto the machine learning part, knowing the core statistical modeling and all those parts. So yes, he will be very proficient on all those concepts. Okay.
Right.
So now we'll be coming on to the prerequisite part. Okay. So just let me give it up. Yeah. So over here, the thing is that basically a person needs to be master in machine learning for sure. Then you will be going ahead with deep learning frameworks, right? Multi-layer perceptron. Have you worked with deep learning,
Yes.
Brian?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So RNN models. Okay. So
CNN,
LSTM models,
CNN, LSTM. I use LSTM
right? GRUs,
forecasting.
gated recurrent units. Fine. All those things will be there up. CNN models as well. So let's say can you tell me that what will be the major challenge as a data science professional when you simply train an RNN model?
Basically, it's a black box. You know, what exactly they are doing inside, we don't know. Like in recent
Mm-hmm.
exposure to LSTM, actually we want the equation. What just to play with the independent variable. So whatever actually we need to feed something into the independent variable, and based on the input that into in independent variable, we want to calculate the equation, the outcome of the dependent variable. It is feasible into the supervisor. It is feasible into the classical machine learning like ARIMA or regression model, but not feasible into the LSTM because we don't get equation over there in LSTM because it's
Okay.
a black box model.
That's cool. Okay. So Rehan, let's say what sort of framework you simply used for having deep learning, or you can say deep learning frameworks a lot. PyTorch, FastAI, TensorFlow, Keras.
TensorFlow and Keras.
Okay. So see, again, you needs to have any one platform to be having a hands-on experience, right? So it's not the thing that if a person who is new to the respective, you can say, field of data science and machine learning, so he can go ahead and he can have a look onto the skilled user, right? He cannot proceed with the developer part, right? So for if a person needs to be there up or work as developer, so he needs to be very much proficient with the respective existing prerequisite. Okay, so TensorFlow, Keras, you can have Fast AI. Okay, any platform that you will be using up as a deep learning framework. So it's pretty been there up that this is how the things will be there up. Fine.
Yeah.
Now, after that, again, if you will be there up and if you will be having all those things, then from here you will be starting up by creating up your own large language models, right? And those respective large language model will simply help you to come onto the generative AI part or these models, right? Then you simply starts fine tuning it up, and then by having their performance to be boosted up, you can easily able to land up any sort of product that you will be seeing up in the market, right? So let me just give you the basic segregation over here. Okay, so if you will be going ahead and if you will be simply been talking about chat gpt, as I've already told you, right? Or this bard.ai. So these will be the respective generative AI model for NLP. Okay, so bot.ai. So you can say that over here, whatever the scenarios or the generative models that you will be using up, it's totally been focused onto the NLP, that is natural language processing. So,
So,
right?
so
Transformers,
Bard,
encoders.
okay, so Bard.ai is especially meant for NLP only, not the other machine learning.
No, no,
No, not for regression time series and any other.
no. See, over here, Rehan, now if I'll be talking about the time series forecasting, okay, so you can trigger up the respective algorithm. Okay, so you just tell me the scenarios what you are simply saying about regression or any of the classification or time series forecasting part. So are you simply being able to see that, okay, I want to just write a code, just give me code for time series forecasting?
Yes, and
See,
I want to input my data frame as well, and the
yes,
independent variable, dependent variable, all things I can mention over there. So basically, I think it could be done with the help of prompt engineering only.
yes, yes, right? So that is the use of your respective generative AI model, right? You don't simply think that, okay, I cannot able to use ChatGPT for any of the algorithms. You can use it for any of the algorithm, any operation, anything, right? What it needs to be there up that first of all the entire model initiates from NLP. Why? Because you are giving your own textual information, right?
Okay,
You
okay,
says that I want time series forecasting on this data set, right? You are
okay.
writing up a prompt, so
Yes, yes.
that prompt needs to be understood by a model. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
their NLP comes into the picture. So one is application, the other one is the core functionality, right? So NLP will be there up as a generative model for this chat gpt and bard.ai. Okay, the core functionality, how you will be taking up the text, and then how you will be converting them into vectors, fine, and then how you will be using transformers, encoders, right, word embeddings to understand. So your chat gpt or bard.ai models should interpret that, okay, you told time series forecasting, fine, then they
Okay.
go ahead and they try to build up the respective model, right? anything
Okay.
anything can be built it up. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Now, if I'll be talking about this, have you used DALI 2?
No,
So, DALI 2 and Mid Journey.
I
Fine,
use only ChatGPT.
that's cool. So, these are for the respective generative models. Fine. So, over here, if you will be talking about this chat GPT, so what's the generative AI model that will be there up, right? So, as I already told you that BERT will be there up. Fine. And you find one model as GPT 3.5, and now you all
Okay.
also have GPT-4. Okay, and you have one more model that is palm, people call it palm 2, right? So these are generative AI model. Are you getting me?
Hmm.
So chat gpt is simply been the name of the product. What will be the respective generative AI model that will be used behind these are the respective models. Fine. Now, if I'll be talking to Delhi 2, there will be a good number of techniques. Rehan, you can
Hmm.
go ahead and you can simply have these things with the help of fine tuning, right? So again, fine tuning, and you will be having in context learning. Okay, so I think you have already heard about zero shot, one shot, and few shot learning that will be there, right, in context learning. So this is how the entire architecture of these models will be formed. Okay. So layer by layer, you will be coming up and you will be forming up. Now there will be two things that you will be seeing up. You can also have these respective APIs, right? GPT-4, Palm 2, GPT-3, BERT, that you can simply intake, and that then you can use any of your respective notebook as your chat GPT, right? So that is also be the thing that will be there up.
Okay.
Okay. So after that, now you will be having this DALI 2 and Mid Journey. So these will be for generative models for computer vision, right?
Hmm.
Because over here, these will be simply being related to respective images. Okay. So again, you will be having, you can say, a good sort of, you can say, diffusion models will be there up that will be coming into the picture, right? And again, you will be having up this, let me also have stable diffusion, right? It's a type of diffusion model that will be used in creating and interpreting the images. Okay, so as
Hmm.
for your prompt, your image will be created up with whatever the intent you want, whatever the background, whatever the things you want. Again, computer visions comes into these same sort of scenarios, right? So this is how you will be building up the generative AI model as per your requirements. Fine. So automobile motive systems or automobile industries will more onto the computer vision part, right? So they are not being much fan of NLP based core NLP based systems. Fine. So now ADAS systems will be there up, right? So again, in ADAS you will be having Gen AI to be coming into the considerations. Fine. So this is how the entire systems works upon, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So this is how the generative AI, what is prompt engineering, and how it simply works. So these are the things, Rehan. Fine. Now,
And
once you, yeah, please.
LLM.
See, LLM will be there up, large language model, right? This BERT, GPT-3, 3.5, these are LLMs, large language models, right? And these are the core functionalities behind having your generative AI models.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, in nowadays, what recruiter want regarding the LLM? LLM developer or use of LLM or
See, basically it's totally being depend upon the organizations and the particular geographic locations, right? If I'll be talking about US, so you can also give it a try. Just search that, even there will be a huge demand of prompt engineers in US, Canada, and UK region, right? So these three time zones will be there up where you will be having a very good salaries for prompt engineers, right? So there will be two sort of things. One is prompt engineers, fine, and the other one will be the developer, right? So developer will be for sure will be having a very handsome uh packages, and one more thing that they will be having a good challenging projects in hand. Okay, so it just considered that skilled user are data analyst and developer are data scientist. Okay, same
अगर
sort of
तो
scenario.
अथर्व, इसमें एक चीज मैं क्लियर कर दूं इसमें कि मुझे अभी भी जो डेवलपर का पार्ट समझ में नहीं आया। डेवलपर जेनेटिव एआई में डेवलपर का क्या रोल होगा? जैसे मैं डेटा साइंटिस्ट हूँ तो मेरा क्या यूज होगा जेनेटिव एआई का एज ए डेवलपर?
ठीक है. So Rehan, see, over here the developer will be the person who will be creating more systems like these, right? So these are the things that will be open source.
अथर्व बी
GPT-3.
कंफर्टेबल, यू कैन स्पीक इन हिंदी एज वेल, सो आई विल बी मोर
ठीक
कंफर्ट
है.
जोन।
हाँ. So रेहान, इधर व्हाट इज द इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग, राइट? कि जो बर्ड या चैट जीपीटी, GPT-4, पाम 2, दीज आर ऑलवेज वेल बेस्ड मॉडल्स जो अभी बने हुए हैं, एलएलएम्स, राइट? सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस विल बी गोइंग हेड, एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रही हैं दैट एज अ डेवलपर, as per their business problem, as per their business, you will be the person who will be creating the generative AI models or LLM models for them. ठीक है?
तो
There you
जेनेटिव एआई मॉडल व्हाट?
see, generative AI, the smart models, right? So ChatGPT is generic, but for, let's say, you will be working in pharmaceutical industry, for an example, as a data scientist, right? And they will be just looking for an Gen AI developer.
ओके,
Okay, so for that particular part, what you will be doing up, you will be simply working on to their respective data points. For an example, if I'll be talking about the clinical trials, ठीक है? So now they needs to go ahead and they needs to come up a respective, for an example, a small chat GPT for their own pharmaceutical clinical trials, ठीक है? That it will be fine tuned only the clinical trials, all their respective modular values and all those stuff, ठीक है?
चैट जीपीटी यू मीन चैटबॉट?
Not chatbot. In chatbot, what you will be doing up, you only have the respective, you can say, predefined triggers, right? It will be capturing up and it will be shooting up. It's useless. But what I'm saying, chat gpt, that okay, the persons will be going ahead and working on certain drugs, fine, for a clinical trial. So now you can have a system that you will be building up, that okay, these are the inputs that will be going up, you will be deploying it up and you will be having up the result. But for an example, their respective non-tech team will be working on any of such clinical trial and they want to ask anything from their respective generative AI model for clinical trial, right? So at that particular moment, it will be communicating and it will be giving up those respective requested information, right? So this is one thing. And now let me just give you an example of automobile sectors that will be there up. Fine. So now in India also the respective vehicle modular vehicles will be coming up, right? So what is happening that now you have ADAS system which is not being completely followed in India because of these lane restrictions, but on highways, yes, it will be working pretty good. But now what is happening that they will be having the Gen AI models what will be capturing up the surroundings of the vehicle, right? If there will be any such you can say traffic signs, no honk or speed limiters, right? Any such symbol, so again the respective vehicle behaves like that. It is not being dependent upon human anymore, right? Earlier what is used to happen that yes, the respective computer visions will be coming up, I'll be capturing up the symbol that yes, I know it, but my vehicle doesn't react at all. Okay, but for now, onto the speed limiters, onto the respective signs. Now if as a human I needs to go ahead, now my vehicle take the control, right? That is the part of Gen AI. Okay, just by having up or decoding up the respective signs that will be there up, right? So that
Right.
will be the developer part. Now developer will be the co-developer for Gen AI developers product, fine, that you will be using up. Second thing, you will be optimizing up the currently used LLMs onto the same, right? So now data science comes into the picture, because I cannot say any of the other person, right, that hey, just come up and just work on to these respective things, right? If I'll be talking about machine learning engineers, right, so
Mm-hmm.
over here machine learning engineers are also useless for me. Why? They will be having a good sort of knowledge of machine learning and deep learning, but they don't know the respective data points and the respective KPIs or metrics to be taken into the consideration for the entire smart AI systems, right? That is the important reason why data scientists come into the picture, and why data scientists work either as an optimizer for the respective currently existing LLMs, or being creating the entire new models from scratch, right? So these are the two things. Okay,
ओके,
Rehan?
सो बेसिकली
Yep.
जेन एआई डेवलपर बनने के लिए मुझे डेटा प्रीवियस डेटा साइंस नॉलेज की जरूरत पड़ेगी, राइट?
For sure, right? These are all the prerequisites that I have written up, right?
एंड ये टेंसर फ्लो और ये सारी लाइब्रेरी का भी एक्सपर्टाइज होना चाहिए, टेंसर फ्लो,
Huh.
केरा, फास्ट एआई, पाइटॉर्च, और एनी
Yes.
वन ऑफ देम.
Any one of them, right?
Okay,
So
and
these are deep learning.
apart
Yes.
from these library, we must know about the ML deep learning, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So ये जेन एआई मॉडल जो है वो आप मॉडल 5 अपने कोर्स करिकुलम में मॉडल 5 ऑनवर्ड कवर कर रहे हैं, राइट?
Yes.
तो व्हाट इज द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ दैट मॉडल 5?
See, for the same, if you will be going in and if you will be having a look, so there will be two things. That's why I think the operation team has connected you with me. Okay.
या,
So one program is that where we will be having a person just taking up and starting from scratch. Okay.
राइट.
And if a person has already been there up, so it's been there up for the generative AI developer, and we have a respective segmentation as Gen AI expert, right, for module 5. So for that, what we will be having up, we will be having it up for the respective duration of 4 months, right?
The whole module is about 6 months, and the only Gen AI model is 4 months.
Rehan, can you please come again?
I mean, the whole course curriculum is about 6 months, right? Which includes Python, machine learning, supervised machine learning, blah blah blah. And your Gen AI model, it's only a 4 month curriculum.
See, yes, over here,
80%.
see, there will be two different programs that you will be having up, right? One is the core data analytics, one the other one is applied data science, and one specific module where we will be covering up prompt engineering, and where you have specifications of module 5. I think you only got the module 5 from operation team, right? They have sent it up
Yeah.
of over there. We will be going ahead and we'll be starting the core, you can say, fundamentals for Gen AI developer or Gen AI expert.
You
For
can
the
show
same, we will.
you can show the browser now. Anything you have.
Okay. So, Rehan, I think the operation team, let me just have a word with them, because I'm the person from tech team. Okay. So,
So being a technical
yeah, please.
trainer, uh, uh, so basically मेरा सबसे बड़ा कंसर्न ये है कि मेरा जो डोमेन एक्सपर्टाइज है वो रिटेल की है, राइट? तो रिटेल से
Yes.
रिलेटेड जितनी भी मशीन लर्निंग, जितनी भी मॉडल्स है और जितनी भी एनालिटिक्स है वो मुझे कवर करती है, लाइक कस्टमर सेगमेंटेशन एंड टाइम सीरीज फोरकास्टिंग एंड
Yeah.
जितनी भी एनालिटिक्स है, कस्टमर लाइफ टाइम वैल्यू, प्राइस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन मॉडल, बिल्डिंग अ प्राइस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन मॉडल,
Okay.
क्रिएटिंग अ सिनेरियो प्लानिंग टूल, मतलब कि आप किसी भी इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल, प्राइस से रिलेटेड किसी भी इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल का कुछ भी इनपुट करते हो, तो उसका इम्पैक्ट आपके फोरकास्ट पे क्या होगा, मतलब आप समझ रहे हो?
ठीक है।
तो
या
मतलब रिटेल से रिलेटेड जितने भी एनालिटिक्स एंड डेटा साइंस मॉडल है वो मुझे थ्रू जेन आई के थ्रू कवर करना है। मतलब मैं
ठीक है।
सबका मास्टर नहीं बनना चाह रहा हूँ, एनएलपी एंड कंप्यूटर विजन एंड ऑल। ठीक है, पहले एक चीज पे फुल फोकस कर, बिकॉज सिंस आई एम आउट ऑफ टच फ्रॉम सिंस लास्ट 6 to 7 months, तो ये भी एक
ओके।
रीजन है।
ओके। So, Rehan, on to the same, right? The thing is that if I'll be talking about generative AI, so it's not been domain specific. ठीक है. Let's say in if I'll be talking about CLV, that is customer lifetime value. So what sort of models you will be using up for your respective computations, RFM metrics कैसे calculate करते थे,
हाँ,
मतलब कौन से models, which models you will be using up for the same,
रिग्रेशन है, सिंपल रिग्रेशन,
which one?
रिग्रेशन मॉडल।
Okay. And once you will be going ahead and you will be predicting up the CLVs, right?
या
Forecasting up the CLVs. So which model you will be using up?
राइट नाउ आई एम नॉट रिमेम्बरिंग, इट्स 1 year old मॉडल, एंड मुझे भी याद नहीं है क्या था
Okay.
उसमें।
No, no worries.
रिसेंटली मैंने इस पे काम किया हुआ है अपना टाइम सीरीज फोरकास्टिंग पे, वो अगेन रिटेल के लिए प्राइस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन नाउ।
Okay, 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 fine. I got it, Rehan. Right. So the thing is that over here, what you will be learning in this module 5, it's not been the respective generalized part. Yeah, okay, yeah, it will be from healthcare sector. It will be from space exploration, manufacturing, finance. Right.
सपोज
Over here, you
सपोज
will be sim.
सपोज हाँ, सपोज मुझे
Mhm.
जनरेटिव एआई, सपोज मैं किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ज्वाइन करता हूँ, कोई कहता है कि मुझे एक फोरकास्टिंग मॉडल, मुझे ऐसा फोरकास्टिंग मॉडल बना के दो जिसमें मैं चूज कर सकूं कि कौन सा मतलब यू हैव टू ट्राई
Mhm.
मल्टीपल फोरकास्टिंग मॉडल लाइक एलएसटीएम फोर टाइम्स, अरीमा सरीमा एंड ऑल, ठीक है, और कोई रिग्रेशन
Mhm.
एंड डिसीजन ट्री, एंड यू हैव टू चूज द बेस्ट मॉडल वन ऑफ देम, एंड यू हैव टू प्रोवाइड द डेटा एंड ऑल। तो ये जेन आई के थ्रू पॉसिबल है कि मैंने उसको डेटा दिया और उसको मैंने बोला कि भाई ठीक है मेरे लिए ये कोड लिख दो, इज इट फिजिबल?
Yes, for sure. Why not?
So
Right.
this is the
For sure.
use
This
of
is
prompt engineering or gen AI developer.
see, prompt engineering will give you generalized result as I've already mentioned up, right? But the moment you will be simply building up the respective model from scratch, right? Then you will be having it up just being core like you can say the core functionalities or the you can say business of specific inputs that you're giving up, right? So it is possible as a developer also you can just be there up and creating up your specified generative AI models or prompt engineering. For sure, if you will be using GPT-4, which is a paid part, right? Paid version. So $20 will be there up for Chat GPT there up, which will be giving up, right? So organizations still use in India. Many organizations use Chat GPT. So that will be coming up through prompt engineering, right? Now, as why
So
I'm connecting
GPT
it through,
$20
yeah,
means $20 monthly, yearly. What is the subscription fee? Yeah, per model,
it's $20 a month,
$20 a month. Okay.
right? Yeah,
It
that is
gives it, it
GPT-4.
gives it gives me the code and all, everything.
Yes, even you can go ahead and create your own playground, right? We will be teaching you the same. Don't worry about it. है ना?
Okay.
So how
Okay.
you'll be integrating it up, how you'll be creating your own playground, right? Own playground means that you are simply being now getting personalized experience, right? Instead of giving getting up the generic response. Because if I'll be giving up the same thing, I get the same thing, you get the same thing, any other person
हाँ,
around the world use chat gpt get the same thing, right? But
right.
once you create your chat gpt playground, it's the term is playground, then you will be basically inputs, fine tune your model, and then you will be having it up, right? So that is the thing. Fine. Now in module 5, you can just have a word with the respective team, right? The counseling team, okay? Because they will be guiding you the best, okay? Because I'll be having up my respective separate batch for generative AI, right? Where I'll be having all the people who are industry experts or who already been there up in the industries, Okay, so for them we will be starting everything from scratch, right? It's coming up as skilled user then developer, not directly on developer part. Okay, so
Okay,
as
so
in entire
क्या
data science life cycle, you have data analysis, and then from data analysis you just cover up the part of data scientist, right? The entire journey. We cannot go ahead that okay, from basic Python scripting, let me directly jump onto the machine learning part, right?
hmm,
Similarly, over here, skilled prompt engineering, you will be first of all playing with current LLM models, right? With prompt engineering, you will be fine tuning up your own responses that you're getting up, and then once you are there are with the prompt engineering, then you will be coming up with onto the developer part, right? So this is how the curve moves on, Rehan. Okay.
ठीक है. तो आप मुझे बता रहे थे कि you have two different curriculum.
Yeah.
One is 4 month AI वाला Gen AI वाला क्या है उसके बारे में बताएंगे
Yes.
मुझे कुछ.
Okay, because you yourself is a industry expert, right? Just tell me that how in 1 month and 1.5 months a person will very proficient and just develop his own or her LLM models. It's pretty
Actually,
impossible, right?
yeah, that's why I want to know the detailed curriculum of the
Yes.
course
Okay.
model.
Yeah. Fine. So you can just connect with once with the respective counseling team. Okay. Even
आपके
I'll be
पास नहीं
also
है क्या?
getting up.
आपके पास नहीं है
Yeah.
क्या वो ब्राउज़र?
Rehan, I'll be having different brochures that will be there up, right? So
Okay.
the yeah. So the thing is that I basically consult Upshala. Okay,
Hmm.
for the same.
Okay, so allow me to share my screen. I have that PPT open in my system.
Okay, just a moment. Let me just give you the rights. Can you
Share.
please go ahead and
Yeah,
try
I'm
once?
just yeah, I'm just sharing. Yeah, you're talking about this Model 5, the generative AI developer.
Yes, yes.
Huh?
So see,
What?
it's yeah. There will be the GCA, right? Google Cloud that will be there up. Fine.
Google Bard. So basically,
See, these will be the deep learning frameworks that, as I've already told you, these will be prerequisite, right?
introduction to deep. So these
Yeah,
are the
you will be skipping all these things, right?
now
Because
introduction to language model NLP. ये सब तो ठीक है. These are the uh, basic type of data science things.
yeah,
You I mean you will have to start from Model 5 generative AI developer. But this
yes,
is Gen AI developer है. Prompt engineering is not covered in that part, है ना?
yes, yes, right.
AI
So over here,
AI
there is only a small part. If you go up,
up. Okay. Up,
yeah,
up is around. इसके ऊपर सब आपका बेसिक डेटा साइंस है, डीप लर्निंग है, डेटा साइंस है. जेन एआई तो यहाँ से
yes,
स्टार्ट है
yes.
आपका.
That's why it's. I think the brochure that has given you it's for entire program. I'm just talking about the core. It's
तो
okay.
कोर इज
That's
नॉट
why
हेयर ना. व्हाट यू आर
yes,
टॉकिंग
yes.
अबाउट इज
Yeah,
नॉट हेयर.
prompt engineering is not there. I think the developer or AI expert will be there up, right?
डेटा कलेक्शन.
Yeah. So
मतलब
see the
बेसिकली व्हाट ही इज ट्राइंग टू से एआई इन डेटा एनालिसिस एंड चैट जीपीटी. So we can introduction to R programming means what? AI क्या करेगा इसमें R programming में?
see it's for basic scripting, right? R programming it's pretty now outdated. People will simply
Hmm.
more prefer Python, right?
Python, yes.
ggplot कौन use करता है?
कोई नहीं करता.
People are more for plotly and seaborn, right?
Obviously. So basically, this is the introduction to Python programming, just to start with, an introduction to Python library for data analysis and chat GPT. अब chat
Yeah,
GPT
so
data analysis में क्या करेगा?
probably over here this is the part of this you can say prompt engineering part, right? Where you will be feeding up your data, and then whatever the things you do manually through Excel or scripting, right? Then all things will be done by ChatGPT itself. So
Data
over here the
cleaning chat
playgrounds
GPT
come into the
करेगा.
picture.
Yeah, introduction to chat GPT for data pre-processing. Okay, so EDA. ठीक है. इसके लिए तो बहुत सारी लाइब्रेरी है. ऑटोमेटिक जस्ट टू फीड द डेटा फ्रेम में पूरा एनालिसिस करके दे देती है. स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस इसमें चैट जीपीटी पर. आप मुझे ठीक है, हु इज द काउंसलर, आई थिंक अमीर, अमीर नहीं समीर,
Okay,
समीर इज द,
okay,
है ना? तो
fine. Yes, Samir will contact back to you, right? Because I have understood your requirements very clearly, right?
हम्म,
So this thing is not for you because you already hold up that experience. It's just waste of time to
हम्म,
once go ahead and have all the things, right? So that's why the 4 month program will best suits you.
या
Okay.
4 मंथ पूरा, उसकी क्या फीस है?
Rehan, everything
ओके।
because it's generic part, right? So
हम्म।
I cannot able to answer that. For any of the tech thing, you can please have all the things
ओके,
to be
तो
cleared
फोर
from my.
मंथ में आफ्टर हैविंग दिस 4 मंथ ऑफ सर्टिफिकेशन, मैं कहाँ पे स्टैंड करूंगा इस फील्ड में? क्या जॉब मेरे लिए ओपन होगी? करंटली आई एम हैविंग अ 28 लाख ऑफ पैकेज,
Okay.
तो क्या
So
मुझे
see,
इस पे हाइक मिलेगा?
for sure, Rehan, because see, as I've already told you that एक decade में everything has been changed. Fine. कहाँ data science आया था? It's in BFSI, right? Business
हम्म,
and finance sector.
हम्म,
आज से 10 साल पहले the only field that used data science is of finance, banking finance sector, right? Then suddenly all processes have taken up and then starting up data science, right? Anything. So now it's like Gen AI is also being the next add-on or optimized process of DS, data science, right? So for sure you will be having a good sort of hike. Why? Because this will be the updated thing that the organization are expected out of the individuals, right? Already you have the experience, so yes, probably you will be having a good sort of package once you will be proficient in this skill.
तो अच्छा, हाउ इज द कोर्स टाइमिंग एंड ऑल?
Yes, Rehan.
कैसे प्रोग्राम कैसे डिजाइन होगा इसका? क्या कोर्स टाइमिंग क्या होगी इसकी? वीकेंड है, वीकडेज है?
See, probably we have the weekend classes for industry expert. For normal students, we have weekdays, alternative week and weekdays. That is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But for the Gen AI part, it will be there up on weekends, right? Because all will be industry expert and working people.
सैटरडे संडे
Yes, weekends.
टाइमिंग टाइमिंग?
See, probably it will be there will be two sort of batches that goes on. Right now your counseling team will see because those will be the people who will be forming up, right? So one batch starts from noon, 12 to you can say 2.
ओके।
And yeah,
इवनिंग
and
बैच?
one is from 8 to 10, right?
ओके, तो
So more
बेसिकली
thing
आई
will be, yeah, these will be the other sort of batches that will be going up, right? More clarity will be given to you by the academic counseling team.
एंड
Okay.
हु इज द ट्रेनर?
So see, trainer, I'll be there up, right? We have the industry expert also, a person who will be there up in Philips, data science manager in Philips, right? I'll be sharing up the
डेटा,
names.
या बट दे आर ओनली मेंटर्स, दे आर नॉट द फुल टाइम फैकल्टी ओवर हियर ना?
See, Rehan, the thing is that those will be the people who will be giving you the entire industry's glances, right? That what is going on, okay?
हाँ, the
And the
they will give us the overview, the entire process ना, but technically
no, technically also, Rehan, see how they will be helping you to use different tools, right? How you'll be molding up the frameworks because those are the people who themselves construct up the Gen AI models for the organizations, right?
okay, okay. And
So
how much time we have to put in a week apart from the classes?
see, apart from the classes, it's totally up to you how much time you have in your hand. But yes, minimum you needs to have somewhere around 3 to 4 hours, right? Core 3 to 4 hours to be there up
In a week or per day?
a week.
Oh,
Okay. Yes.
okay, अथर्व, थैंक्स अ लॉट। काफी अच्छा इनपुट है आपका। आप मुझे जस्ट 4 मंथ का डिटेल करिकुलम, है ना, एंड
Okay, Rehan, I'll just, yeah, for sure. I'll just ask the academic team and they will be going in and they'll be helping you out. Okay.
Ankit,
Oh,
you don't have any question?
Ankit, are you with us?
His audio system, I think, is not
You
working.
can unmute you.
His audio is not working. What
Okay.
he said. Sure. Thanks, Athar.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Rehan. See you. Bye bye.
So by when we can expect the report from your team?
Probably the team will be updating you right in a while.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
thank
See
you.
you. Bye bye.